Alright, so in the past few years, been getting a lot of people relocating from New York to New Jersey, and they've all been looking for the same towns, Elizabeth, Linden, Cranford, but there's been one town that a lot of people haven't been looking into, and that's Kenilworth, New Jersey, a super small town surrounded by Cranford, Union, Springfield, Roselle Park. Not big at all, but it has that super small town feel. You're gonna get all the amenities from the other towns because you're gonna be super close to them and near all major transportation. Not only that, you're about a 50-minute drive from to the city in peak hours. So a lot of commuters have been loving that, and you're gonna get a lot more affordable homes still in an amazing neighborhood and town. In this video, we're gonna go into the map views of Kenilworth. I'm gonna show you the areas, I'm gonna show you the map view, and we're actually gonna go into the street views and see what it feels to be actually in the town. So if you're looking to learn everything about Kenilworth and you wanna learn all the good gems about it, make sure to stick through the whole video to learn everything about it. Okay, so if you haven't seen any of my other videos, I always start with the map view and kind of show you exactly where we're located. Like you can see, we're west from New York City. The surrounding towns here of Kenilworth are Cranford, you have Roselle Park, which is right here, you have Union up here, and then you have Springfield here. You can see that Kenilworth itself is not big at all, but unlike my other videos, I kind of want to show you a better view of it. So we're going to go into another kind of view of Kenilworth so you can see exactly how the town feels with a little bit of a twist. So not only that, we're about maybe a 40-minute drive, 50-minute drive on a nice day. When there's a lot of traffic, like at 8 a.m., it's going to be a little bit more than an hour. But if you can take the bus from Kenilworth to New York City, you're going to get there within 42 minutes. It's a few different options here. You have the 114, 117, and 65 that then will take you to the train, which would then take you to New York City. Unfortunately, Kenilworth does not have its own train station, so you are going to have to either go to Cranford, you can go to Roselle Park, or you can even go to Union, and all of those towns have train stations. So the only disadvantage I will say of taking the bus here is that you're going to have to take it on Route 22, which is not directly in Kenilworth, but it's in Union, but it's a quick drive there. Let me take you down to what the highway looks like, because you're going to have to take it off the highway. This Route 22, not directly on Kenilworth, but it's going to be a quick drive there. This route, you're going to get all your major highways, you're going to major retail names, you're going to have Walmart, you're going to have Target, you're going to have Petco, GameStop. They even have a gun range here that if you want to go shoot, but it's literally a few minutes away from Kenilworth. And not only are you going to be able to take the bus here, but you're going to also get all the bigger retail names, because unfortunately, like I mentioned before, Kenilworth does not have any of those bigger retail names. But coming back out, we're only a quick 40-minute distance from the city, and a lot of people do love that, because even though you don't get a train station, you do get a pretty quick commute overall, even during the peak hour. But coming back to the overall view of Kenilworth, we're gonna jump, before we actually jump into the street view, I want to show you the major highlights of the town. So like you can see here, a huge green area. There's a Galloping Hills golf course. It's about 271 acres. Huge golf arena. Is about 18 holes. One of the most challenging one in the area. For a lot of the residents here that do golf, they love it because they get a better discount and a better package than anybody else by being a resident. And here you can see, if you go there, there's a few different packages, and depending on what you're looking for, if it's going to be a good fit for you. Not only that, it does have a restaurant. You can also have events here. So you kind of get a little bit of everything in this kind of, I guess, golf arena. And a lot of people from the town, since it's a smaller town feel, they do have the older individuals who absolutely love coming here all the time. One of my buddies comes here all the time. I don't know how. He was literally there today and it was raining, but you know how it is. But with that being said, that's kind of one of the biggest highlights. Not only that, the closer you go to Cranford, which is in this area, you're going to be near the New Mohegan Park. That's going to be one of the nicer area of Kenilworth. You're going to get one of the bigger houses, and not only that, you might get a little bit of more green space. The more west you go, the more desirable it is. The more east you go, the less desirable it is. Like I said, Kenilworth itself is it's not a huge town, so throughout the town it's going to be very similar, but I did want to specify those things. All right, so even though Kenilworth does not have any different neighborhoods, throughout the town does change a lot, especially when it comes to real estate. There's one area that I did want to jump into before we see anything else, and it is the Boulevard section of Kenilworth. That's going to be considered possibly the downtown area, and it's not much of a downtown, but you are going to get all the mom and pop shops there. That street that's called Boulevard is going to also connect you to the Garden State Parkway. So I'm going to take you down at the beginning of the Boulevard before you get into the Parkway, so you can see exactly what I'm talking about and how kind of far the Boulevard goes. So right here will be the beginning of Kenilworth. Here's going to be the way you're going to get into the Garden State Parkway south and a little bit more forward north. Throughout this street, it's going to get you pretty much the heart of Kenilworth. From the beginning of the Boulevard, you're going to kind of find the bigger commercial areas. It's going to have a few gas stations. You're going to have a supermarket there. That's probably going to be the town supermarket. And a lot of people do come here, not only from Kenilworth, but also from Union. They have a Starbucks in there as well. You're going to find a few different kind of plazas like this, a few different little restaurants and liquor stores and those little stores as well. And throughout this street, before you get into the Magnolia Avenue, it's going to be kind of the commercial area. You can see you have a bank. Coming down, you're going to have a karate school as well. A few other restaurants. You have some apartment buildings as well. And then before you get into the Magnolia Avenue, which is this one here, you have two different little plazas, you might say. This taco place here, I absolutely love Mexican food, and it's going to be kind of a better Chipotle, you might say. So, you know, a lot of people that are going either to Union County College, which is in Cranford right next door, they come to this area to kind of get a quick bite. So from this street right here, Magnolia, if you continue down this way, you're going to get into Route 22 where we were at before. That's where you're going to be taking the bus. Once you cross here, it changes a little bit after this gas station. You're going to start getting more into like the small town feel. You're going to start getting into this mom and pop shops. You're going to start getting into the restaurants and diners. You're going to get also the municipal building coming up in a little bit. But overall, it's just going to be like this for about half a mile. Literally small stores. And this is kind of the most you're going to get when it comes to Kenilworth. There's not much of a nightlife. There's not much of a downtown. It's just very small community feel. But a lot of people do like it since it's going to be suburban, but you're still going to get a quick bite if you want to go out with the family or with friends. And it does get a little bit nicer once the deeper you go into the Boulevard. Because right when we finish in a little bit, I'm going to show you the elementary school. Because here in Kenilworth, you only have two schools. It's going to be the elementary school and the middle school with the high school together, which is not that common here in Union County. Not many towns have it, but Kenilworth does. It's a municipal building. And another perk about the school district here is that it is a lottery school. So depending if a child from another town or city is a really good student, they might even be able to go to the school because it is a B- overall. It's just a very small town feel. So coming to the end of the Boulevard here, we're going to finish off with a kind of some green space, a few properties before getting into the elementary school, which is this one. And right behind it, maybe like 2 blocks behind, is going to be the high school, very near each other. And it's super close, everything. You can literally find everything off the Boulevard. The more we go down, the more residential it gets. But you can see this is the end of it. And it's not that long. You don't get that many things, but you get a lot of the things that people in a small town do need. Coming off from there, we were off this strip here, the Boulevard. And this continues all the way down until you get into Cranford. There's a few sections I want to jump into. And the first one, we're going to start in the center, right here. Here is going to be where you're still going to find single family homes. But the reason I wanted to jump here is going to be because here's going to be one of the only sections we're going to find multifamilies. And throughout the town of Kenilworth, you are going to find a few, but it's mostly going to be one family homes. And the beauty about it is that even though you're going to be in a small town feel, if you're looking for investment properties, you can still find something here. So here we're in this north center of the town. Like an example is a multifamily home, and it's not very common. So I want you to really take in what you're seeing right now because the moment we step out of here, things change drastically. And even though it's multifamily homes, you can see that we're still in some tree-lined streets, newer construction here, duplex style. You get one side one family, one side the other family. And it's really nice because even though the town itself is mostly suburban and mostly for one family homes, you're still going to get these areas throughout the town that do offer opportunities for a lot of people. And right off this kind of area, so right off where we were at, it was all the way down here. This is going to be maybe the only part of Kenilworth where you're going to have some commercial district. You're going to find maybe a few warehouses here. You might find some truck companies as well, but it's in the center. So once you get out of this center area, kind of north of the boulevard, the only part of the town that's going to be commercialized. Everything else is going to be residential, and you can't really tell that this is here because there's so much green space throughout the town that everything is kind of hidden by trees that you can see. But it's super nice, and the moment you get out of there, we're back into multifamily homes. We're back into the residential area, and look how drastically it changed. We were literally just at a commercial warehouse, and now we're back into residential multifamily, big homes, even though they're multifamilies. And I love that about Kenilworth because they have really big homes and all mixed. So taking a quick zoom out, we were just by this section here, so you can get reference here. You can see like kind of the commercial buildings. This is the only part that you can see here in Kenilworth have the commercial buildings. All of here were the multifamily homes. But you can see that besides this here and this all the way east part of Kenilworth, you're not going to find anything else throughout the town. And it's really nice because you have the high school and middle school in the middle of the town, and everything else kind of surrounds this. Okay, with that being said, we're going to go to the more east part of Kenilworth. Here you're going to still find a few multifamily homes, but it's going to be a lot more of the single families. And you're going to get a mixture of different styles, which is pretty nice because a lot of parts of Kenilworth is just one style homes. Here you're going to get a mixture of the big with the small with the new construction. So here you're going to get these kind of Cape Kyle style homes. It's going to be 2 levels but really small. And then you're still going to find like the bigger new construction styles here. You're going to find these split levels here, which is nice because even though you're in an area that it has different style homes, you're going to get a lot better affordability because the more west you go into Kenilworth, the less affordable it gets, but the bigger the homes do become. So here, we're going to take you down the street a little bit, kind of give you an idea, maybe one of the only sections that has sidewalks in Kenilworth. So the majority of the town is street-lined streets. But you can see, you go a few blocks, many different homes. These are obviously newer styles. There's no basement in these. There's built-in garages throughout a few properties. But it's really nice because no matter what block you're going to, the properties kind of all change a little bit. You're going to get different style feels. But it's nice because even though you're in Kenilworth, you might get actually better prices in this area instead of going to the west side, which is literally right next to Cranford. So let's kind of change the scenery a little bit. I want to show you maybe a more area that's more traffic. There's a lot more things going on. There might be a lot more commuters because they're going to get into this street before getting into Magnolia or the Boulevard to actually get into Route 22 and then or Garden State to get into the city. But here you're going to get a little bit of more kind of what I showed you up there in the commercial area. But even though it's a little bit more movement, you're still going to get a very nice and easy going town at the end of the day because even though there's a few more buildings here, you have the Veteran Center, you have a few other multifamily homes, and you have a few businesses here. It doesn't change much like the Boulevard. It has a very similar feel to that because it's literally coming right off it. Even though this kind of the more movement of the town is still nothing compared to like Elizabeth, for example, that's an actual city and there's a lot of things going on there. Look, these photos are super old, 2007, and you can see the town either way from back in the day. It hasn't changed much because the town is a very small town feel. And once we're out of here, the town's going to change completely because I'm going to take you to a few neighborhoods that are in the upper scale, especially since they're right next to Cranford. But a lot of the people that have been moving here and are looking for the newer constructions have been looking in that area because you're going to get still the super easy commute to New York City because you're going to be maybe a 5-minute drive from the highways And not only that, you're going to get the upper scale living as well. And okay, so we pretty much touched base on this center area here. We looked at a little bit over here as well. We kind of looked at the whole boulevard, and we kind of touched base on a few houses here. Again, we can go throughout the whole town and take hours, but I'm going to give you a kind of a quick rundown. But there's one section here that I absolutely love. I think it's kind of a hidden gem because a lot of people don't know about it. And if you are looking to find something here in Union County, you don't know where to start. I am a licensed real estate agent in the state of New Jersey. My name is Luca Lestrade with the Lestrade team. And we help people relocate here all the time. We're uploading videos every Monday and Friday. So make sure you're subscribed. Hit that bell so you're notified every single time we upload a video, because even though we love making these kind of videos, we will love to help you out even more. So our number's going to be coming up any second now. Make sure to give us a call. We want to be the agents for you. But to kind of dive in back in the video, we're going to dive into this section that's right off Cranford and is literally my favorite part of Kenilworth. It's kind of a little cul-de-sac area that a lot of people, if you're not from the town, you're not going to know about. But a lot of the things that are happening of like new construction styles and the higher end living is happening right here. So right diving in, a brand new construction home. This is actually a one family home because you're not going to find any two families here. But look how nice the houses are. These are going to be maybe one of the few smaller homes because everything else here is going to be a lot larger. All tree line roads. You can see new constructions kind of everywhere you're going here. There's a beautiful home. A lot of the styles now are going to look a lot like this. These are selling between the 1.1 million roughly, and I promise you within the next few years a lot of these properties that are smaller are going to start getting sold, and the developers are going to start building it because a lot of people are relocating here, especially from cities and states like New York, California, Florida. Definitely need the bigger homes because they're looking for that. And they need the easy commute, which they're going to get in this area. To kind of give you a reference of the prices here in Kenilworth, it does change a lot depending on what you're looking for. Like, for example, area like that where we're just at, you might find homes like this, $825, you might find $950. But in reality, these are in the north side. So in the west side, it's going to be a little bit of more money. The one that just sold has sold for 1.1, a brand new property. And that's kind of where you're going to be getting. Not only that, to kind of go into the schools a little bit, Kenilworth has a really good school district. Like I said before, B-. And it's only 2 of them, but you're going to get what you're paying for because even though the town is not big, you're going to be paying a lot less taxes because even though the town like Cranford is not big, you're paying some crazy taxes. But you go to a town right next door like Kenilworth, taxes drop a lot. And that's something here in New Jersey we have to take account because the taxes in New Jersey are really high and sometimes even higher into New York City. So make sure you're looking at those taxes and not just the price. And that's kind of pretty much it. You know, we kind of touched base on a few areas. Kenilworth's not big, so throughout the town it's going to be very similar. You might not get all the amenities you might get in another town like Cranford or Union, but you are going to be paying a lot less. The affordability here is very, very nice compared to like other towns, but you are losing a little bit of the amenities because you're not going to have a real downtown area. You're not going to have a real nightlife, but you are going to have all the things that those towns that do have it are going to be right next door. So I think Kenilworth is one of those towns that it might be for you if you're looking to kind of start out fresh here in New Jersey. You really don't know where to want to get yourself into, but you know you can afford or maybe don't even want to pay those crazy numbers, but still need a very small and safe town. And Kenilworth's going to do that for you. And if you're looking to kind of learn more about the Union County area and you still want to get your feet wet and kind of still move in here, check out Kenilworth because from here you can go to any town in Union County. And if you're kind of lost and you don't know even to where to start, I'm here with the Lestrade team. We are your relocation expert in Union County. And if you are looking to make that big move, don't forget to give us a call. We are here to help and we would love to help you make that big move.